Two critically ill patients, Santosh and Chanchal, were on adjacent beds of a double bed hospital room. A close bond developed between them as they shared stories about their childhood, school days, professions, wives, children, dreams, successes, failures, and so on. Both were bedridden, but for 1 hour every day, the nurses would make Santosh sit up to drain out fluid from his lungs. Since his bed was next to the only window in the room, he would get to look out during that 1 hour and would describe what he saw to Chanchal. Outside, there was an idyllic garden with quaint trees and benches in tranquil locations. All types of interesting people could be seen reclining on the benches. In the center of the garden was a pond adorned with a beautiful fountain. Attracted by its cool waters, migratory birds would visit it for a bath. There were also flower beds with beautiful roses, tulips, daisies, and daffodils in full blossom. On hearing Santosh's description of the garden, Chanchal's world would brighten up. The world outside was so divinely sublime, in contrast to the dreary hospital ward with its smell of tinctures and medicines. Chanchal began to wait for the 1 hour when Santosh would be made to sit up, for he would get to hear about the latest addition to the scenic beauty of the garden. One day, an evil thought entered Chanchal's mind. Why does my friend alone get to see the loveliness of the outside world while I rot in my bed? Why is God benevolent towards him alone? Chanchal should not have thought like that, but he did. He allowed negative feelings to take root in his mind, and before he knew it, they had created more negativity until his mind became a cesspool of emotional hurt and resentment. I detest him, he thought. He has all of the fun. He has all the fun. How unfair. Chanchal's mental state deteriorated until he could not stand the company of his roommate. One night, Santosh began coughing. Although he coughed often, this time it was very intense. He was breathing with great difficulty and seemed to be choking. In desperation, he clutched his pillow and bedsheet, but the cough showed no signs of respite. The obvious thing to do in such a situation would have been for Santosh to press the emergency bell. However, in his unbearable discomfort, the thought did not come to him. The best thing would clearly have been for Chanchal to press his emergency bell, but Chanchal was seething with such bitterness that he thought, he is suffering. Good, he deserves it. I loathe him. Santosh continued to cough for a few more painful minutes until all was quiet. The silence of the night descended upon the room. Next morning, the hospital attendants discovered the dead body and removed it without much ado. Chanchal waited for a couple of days to prevent any suspicion falling on him, and then made a request. Can my bed be moved to the other side by the window? He asked. Fair enough, said the attendants. They moved him to the window side. The next morning, Chanchal made another request. I am now sufficiently well. Can I sit up for a while? That is a reasonable demand, said the nurse on duty. She raised him to a sitting position. Chanchal was excited. Finally, he was going to view the magnificent garden that Santosh used to enjoy describing. However, when he peered out, he was shocked. All he could see was the stark wall of a neighboring building. What is this? He mumbled. The nurse answered. Adjacent to the hospital is a large warehouse. Since it is a close, it blocks the entire view from the window. Then what was it that my ex-roommate used to describe to me? Enquired a bewildered Chanchal. That was the beauty of his mind, the nurse responded. What Santosh had chosen to see was not the reality of the world outside of his hospital window, but the loveliness of his mind within. His inner world was so beautiful that it refused to be subjugated by the dreary environment of the infirmity. Instead, he had preferred to think of beauty, serenity, harmony, and love. As the saying goes, two men looked out from prison bars. One saw the mud and another saw the stars.